Hey, friendo, Steve here.
Hey, Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to this weekend. Of course, we're going to be doing our live watch-along of WWE Clash in Paris. We already have our, what do they call, what do we call them again?
Predictions official.
Predictions official. Our predictions over at the Friendo Club Wrestling channel. You can check them out there. Larson's looking to become a two-time predictions champion. He's got a 1-point lead, and fortuitously, Cody Miles, our predictions form wizard, on vacation, so he uploaded
No, it wasn't vacation. It was a work thing.
Oh, it was a work thing. He's got work obligations. I smell collusion.
Nah, no such thing. No such thing. You know me. I'd feel bad if I won via some sort of nefarious subterfuge or something like that. I don't
know. Anyways, hopefully you guys join us for the festivities on Sunday. That's when Clash in Paris is. On today's episode, we'll be talking about Smackdown, the go-home episode of WWE stuff before Clash in Paris. And I'm kind of curious if some of the stuff that happened here might affect your predictions official, Larson. However, first up, let's talk about this. We got ourselves a new United States champion. Now, last I remember anyways, or if you go back, I don't know, a month and then like a lot longer than that, Zayn was on the hunt, on the lookout for the World Championship. He seems to have settled upon the United States Championship. You texted me. They're focus grouping Sami Zayn's World Championship run with the U.S. title run. What's going on here?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's a situation that they have this trajectory mapped out for Sami. First step, US title win.
The US title.
He's new US champion tonight. Beat Solo Sikoa in a really overbooked but fun and well done match. I think to a degree is to kind of get a litmus test. All right, Sami's in a more prominent role. He's got the title around his waist. I think now he's not only is he looking to be a world champion, I think he is one title away from being a Grand Slam champion. Just needs one of those world titles.
True.
I think this is all kind of laying the groundwork and getting to see how the crowd reacts to Sami as champion. And I don't know. Here's the thing. It's going to be barring injury, it's going to be Seth Punk at Mania for that World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Which would leave Sami to challenge Cody for the undisputed WWE title. That's not a guaranteed win for Sami by any stretch of the imagination. So it could be a situation where his sights are world title. Maybe he does win the Rumble, faces Cody at Mania, comes up short in the first try, only to eventually win it somewhere else down the line.
I think that's a possibility. I have a slightly different theory about Sami Zayn, which could also be kind of in line with what you're saying.
Is your theory that he's not going to get a world title opportunity the next year?
No. I think there's a really good chance he wins the Rumble and he main events one of them. I think him versus Cody is a distinct possibility. And I think what you're saying is possible. I'm going back to why they're doing the U.S. title thing now, as opposed to a focus group thing. It might, I mean, it's kind of maybe one of the same, but it might be just sort of like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's in lieu of the world title. Maybe it is that. Maybe it's, well, this isn't going to happen anytime soon, so let's go ahead and feed the crowd. I mean, it kind of feels like it's just something for him to do that says success and is indicative of. And Solo Sikoa is nowhere close to being like, oh man, he overcame. So the bigger thing was him overcoming Gunther. Solo's like chopped liver, right? Like he's kind of a big nothing. But yeah, like, hey, people like Sami, but he's got to have something to show for it. It's kind of like LA Knight. You got to have something to show for it at some point. Mm-hmm. And maybe, just maybe, they're not entirely sure that, like you said, if he takes on Cody at WrestleMania, I don't know about that particular match. I don't know.
You mean the outcome? You mean about Sami winning, or just you don't know about the?
No, I don't know about the outcome. But I mean, dude, they're doing the Rumble in Saudi Arabia. What are they going to bring back Mansoor to win that? No, Sami is the new Mansoor. He's the guy in Saudi Arabia. and so, like, but he's, his stock is quite a bit higher than Mansoor's ever was. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Are they in a bit of a pickle with Sami Zayn? Because, like, you got this Seth Punk stuff, which they're kind of pushing as the A story. Drew versus Cody is also a potential situation for WrestleMania. He's reigniting the stuff with Randy. I could see Drew beating Randy, beating Cena in December, and winning the Rumble, and then going on to face Cody Rhodes. I could see that. Maybe even more than Sami Zayn, but the Rumble being in Saudi is the big sticking point unless Drew gets that heat by being the guy to eliminate Sami at the Rumble.
Here's the thing. Until I see evidence to suggest otherwise, I've extinguished all thought in my mind that Drew McIntyre is going to get anywhere close to legitimately winning a world title anytime soon. He's being, in my estimation, the feud with Cody is Drew's being fed to Cody to pad out his title run to get us to WrestleMania.
Okay, so at WrestleMania, you think it's more likely that they would go face versus face as opposed to the only big heel they've got left that isn't Brock Lesnar, and who knows how long how often he's going to be around. You think
Randy
they would
heel,
go?
then Randy would be heel Randy versus Cody. That could be a Mania option.
That would be a massive issue because nobody's going to boo Randy Orton. What can they do with Randy that would get people to boo him?
I mean, if he punted Pharaoh, people would boo him.
Would they do?
You obviously can't have him actually punt Pharaoh, but the idea that he punts Pharaoh, people would boo him.
Let's roll with that. What would they use? CG or practical?
Well, the idea that you see something like
not practical dog. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
But
like a animatronic animal. No, I think what you do, you have the shot of like Randy lays out Cody, and Pharaoh's there, and so the camera's out.
This is great.
So you see Pharaoh in the foreground, Randy in the background. He's getting ready for the punt, and you have the camera track in as Randy does.
Yeah,
and you don't punt the animal, of course.
It's all cinematic. Yeah, you don't
it's
punt the animal.
It's cinematic, but the idea is he punts Pharaoh.
It's
who's going to cheer Randy Orton then?
They recreate the Anchorman scene with Jack Black.
There you go. He throws Pharaoh off a bridge.
He kicks Pharaoh off the bridge.
Sorry. Yes.
He punts Pharaoh off the bridge
with an obvious, like fake dog. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I agree that but come on, that shit would be so hilarious and entertaining. I don't know what he could do that would get people to boo Randy Orton.
We had the same conversation at one point. What could they do to turn the New Day heel? They found it.
Yeah.
They could find something for Randy.
Yeah, that's a different situation though, man. This dude is popular.
Change his theme song.
Oh yeah. Oh, they could do that. Change. He
stops doing the RKO.
Yeah, make it like something really difficult. They should get who is that guy? Was his name Twista? The guy who could like rap super fast.
Yeah.
So that nobody can sing along.
Oh no, you get some of Lou Reed's Metal Machine music.
You're obsessed with Lou Reed's Metal Machine music. Dude.
I'm not. It's basically
you reference it all the time
because it's basically unlistenable. There used to be this bar I frequented that would on certain nights they'd have iPod night or something like that. So you make your own playlist.
Oh yeah.
And so like I used to do it sometimes. The one time late at night, I put like a song that was relatively, I do people, because if they cheer or they boo loud enough, the patrons at the bar, they'd shut off your playlist.
Well, yeah.
So like there was a couple songs then, it was going fine. They put on a track from Metal Machine music purposely.
Yeah.
Just to mess with people.
Yeah. How quickly did they boo it?
Oh, within 30 seconds.
Wow. 30 seconds and Lou Reed was
And I was
done.
just there laughing. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I like you revel in people's misery. I love that. It's great. It's why we get along. Anyways, so yeah, Sami Zayn won the U.S. title off of Solo Sikoa. kind of a standard blueprint here, and like you could see this coming from a mile away. Jimmy Uso intervened, and then of course Jacob Fatu, which why would he give a shit about any of this stuff? I know that.
Like, why doesn't he want the U.S. title back?
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. He should come out.
Cool with someone else winning it.
He should not have given. He should be like, look, whoever wins this, I'm coming after them next. But I don't give a shit who it is.
I know.
I know he's upset about Solo. I get that, but it's like, I don't know. That should,
like he's getting his pound of flesh by proxy.
Yeah. But it's like he's still just sitting there with nothing.
Exactly.
So yeah, I don't know about that. Great crowd though. They're in Lyon, France.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had that. I mean, we could just sort of dive into it. Yeah, we'll just dive into it because
before we dive into it, let's talk about this. So the show opened with a very lengthy promo off between Logan Paul and John Cena.
This was like 25 minutes long.
It was long.
Yeah.
It didn't really pick up till John Cena came out. So at the end, Cena's kind of like punctuating statement was, Logan Paul, you're not going to ruin pro wrestling. Pro wrestling is going to ruin you. Because the idea, he brings up some influencer list.
Yeah.
That Logan Paul's not on. Essentially, he's saying Logan Paul's general influence in the world of social media and entertainment is on the wane. He's latching on to WWE to increase his stock in that regard. And if he thinks pro wrestling is going to help him, since Logan is not really invested in helping pro wrestling is going to ruin him.
You know the hilarious thing about this premise, though? Is like before WWE, Logan Paul would have been on this list.
I know.
Now that he's in WWE, he sinks along with it.
I thought the exact same thing. It's like, well, maybe the issue isn't Logan Paul's popularity is on the wane because of Logan Paul, as much as I dislike Logan Paul.
Hey, he spoke some French tonight. I was actually pretty impressed by that.
But maybe Logan Paul's influence is on the wane because he's a wrestler now.
You know what? That's a really good comeback for him. Is like, John Cena, I'm not doing my career any favors being here. That's how much I love to be here.
And bring up this as well. You can't wait to get out of here, John.
Yeah, right. You were counting down the days, man.
Yes. You're counting down your dates till you're out of here.
Yeah. No, I think
you're really all in, John, stick around.
Yeah.
So your body falls apart.
It's like, have you seen some of the shit I've done in John Cena has me defending Logan Paul, but like, this is a perfectly good, reasonable explanation or comeback is, yeah, I bust my ass for this place. I get hurt all the time. Jumping from the top over there to the table over there, that shit hurts. And my influence is tanking. That's how much I love this grind, John Cena. How much do you love it?
Hollywood John.
Oh, you got a new shirt every time you come out? Oh, I'm sure you're not trying to wring this place out of every dollar you can, John Cena.
You should say, I don't know if this is the case, I have exactly one shirt on WWE Shop. It's ill-designed. Nobody buys it, but I don't care.
I don't care. I've got my shirt, damn it. Let me ask you this. John Cena, this was kind of like a typical John Cena against younger dude promo where he brings up some kind of like real shit, challenges the guy to, and they brought back the little sad boy. And John Cena apologized to him. And the kid was obsessed with just getting this on his own video. You're on TV, kid. You could just rip this. This is going to be on YouTube. You have it in perpetuity. You don't need it on your own phone.
Oh, it's something to have it from his, his phone's perspective, though. That's different.
Cena had to sit there and wait like an asshole while this kid figured out where the big red button was. This was a fairly standard. John Cena brings up some kind of real shit, to eviscerate his opponent on the mic, ostensibly standing tall. Yeah. Austin Theory did the same thing, ended up beating John Cena at WrestleMania. Go home math seems to favor Logan
And there's
Paul.
one thing they mentioned here, too, during the show, is that we never found out what Brock's message to Cena was.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
They mentioned that on SmackDown tonight. Maybe his message is, I'll see you in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you can dispel the idea that Brock's going to interfere in this match, allowing Logan to get the win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's a distinct possibility.
That is a possibility right there. So that'll be interesting to see how it plays out. We do have some sponsors for the show before we get into our Smackdown bit by bit, scene by scene, line by line review. We're going to go ahead and talk about our sponsors, Larson.
Let's do it. This episode of Going In Raw is sponsored by Tempo. Summer may be winding down, but that doesn't mean our schedules are getting any less busy. Between work, school, more trips, our schedules are pretty packed. It can make it tough to plan nutritious meals for ourselves and our families.
That's all true, Larson, but instead of settling for fast food, try Tempo. Tempo serves up fast, feel-good, single-serving meals, which takes all the guesswork out of eating well, and they're crafted to cook in just 3 minutes, so you can fuel yourself this summer without sacrificing your health or your valuable free time.
Tempo also offers new recipes each week, like enchilada beef bowls and Tex-Mex grilled chicken that are made with real, nutrient-rich ingredients, so it's easy to keep up with your healthy lifestyle. Speaking of healthy lifestyles, you know me, Steve. I like to get my protein in every day, and Tempo offers a range of meals for different dietary preferences, including fiber-rich, carb-conscious, and oh yeah, protein-packed options.
And for a limited time, Tempo is offering our listeners 60% off your first box. Go to tempomeals.com/raw. That's tempomeals.com/raw for 60% off your first box. tempomeals.com/raw. Rules and restrictions may apply.
And this episode is sponsored by him, Steve. Oh,
what?
So close to winning this month's prediction
challenge.
Yeah. A 1-point lead heading into the final event. This close to getting the hat that comes with victory, my second one. But I got to be honest with you. I don't think either of us need another hat to cover up what we got going on up here. What we need, personalized plans to regrow our hair. We need that.
Buddy, look, I don't know where this us thing is coming from. Don't bring me into your Baldo situation. You keep talking about my hairline. Why you talking about your hair? I won't take my head off because I like my hat. I think my hat looks great. Keep talking about my hairline. You should be worried about your own. We can all see yours.
Sounds like you're in denial, Steve, but you can't deny that Hims offers convenient access to a range of doctor-trusted, clinically proven prescription hair loss treatment options with ingredients that work in as little as 3 to 6 months. And you don't have to go out of your way to do it because Hims brings expert care right to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments. Steve, you could literally get trusted treatments right from that couch, the one right there behind you, opposite the television. Yeah, look over your shoulder, that very couch. Yes, that one. So for simple online access to personalized and affordable care for hair loss, ED, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/goinginraw. That's hims.com/goinginraw for your free online visit. hims.com/goinginraw.
Individual results may vary based on studies of topical and oral minoxidil and finasteride. Prescription required. See website for full details, restrictions, and important safety information.
This episode of Going In Raw is sponsored by BetterHelp. I don't know if you've been on internet lately, Steve, but whenever I go on internet, seemingly everywhere on internet, wherever I go, I'm just overloaded with all sorts of posts from people trying to dole out all kinds of advice about mental health or wellness.
Yeah, man, I've seen that too on internet. Can confirm that is the case, Larson. It can be a lot to navigate too, which is why it's important to use trusted sources and talk to live therapists to help you break through all that noise.
That is 100% correct. I definitely needed some help breaking through all the noise when I was dealing with severe anxiety about 20 years ago, when I was in my mid-20s. Eventually got to the point where I had to go to therapy. Therapy helped me learn the tools I needed to better cope with my anxiety and get me on the path to becoming a better Larson.
And with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served over 5 million people globally. BetterHelp is also making therapy much more convenient. You can join a session with a therapist with a click of a button, so you can fit therapy into your busy schedule, and you can switch therapists at any time.
As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. So talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/raw. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/raw.
Okay, let's go ahead and dive into it. So, the whole Sami U.S. title win, of course, was set up last week, I think. Well, I mean, he's been feuding for a little while. He said he wanted it, and then last week they actually said, oh, match is going to happen on Smackdown instead of a Clash in Paris. Yep. So Kathy's backstage with Sami. It's dimly lit. Asked him about his confidence U.S. title match. He said, I feel great. Feel renewed.
All confidence points Sami Zayn had on himself.
Yeah, exactly. So the last month on Raw, I felt very much in my own head, and sometimes that doesn't work. Now I feel as I felt when I main evented WrestleMania. All confidence. I got to go do it now. There's no better place than Lyon. Also, we had Solo Sikoa backstage with the MFTs, and he says, you think you can come to my show, Sami Zayn, and do something about this? It's simple. You're going to get the spike. Bam. 1, 2, 3. It's over. So we had that match, like I mentioned earlier. There was stuff with people. Let's see.
It was all the overbooking. Yeah, there was.
It was.
There was.
Jim comes out.
Uso, yeah.
Jacob Fatu comes out. So eventually, Solo grabs his belt, poses with it before putting it back, rolls in for try to get a count-out win. Sami crawls in barely at 9. Solo stomps him out during the break. Sami sent out again, and he hits another, a second spinning Solo on the table, and then a third. Solo rolls in. That's when Sami barely makes it to 10. Solo starts celebrating, but too early because Sami gets in. Let's see here. Sami, they go up top, hits a sunset flip bomb from the corner. Solo kicks out at 2 on that one. Eventually, he hits an exploder, and Sami gets in, eats a super kick. Solo tries for a spike, but Sami ducks and hits a haluva kick, and then another haluva kick like that's necessary for Solo. Covers him and gets the win. This is after the Jacob and Jim have sort of run off the my family trees.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sami. So then Sam, it was a fun match though.
It was really
it was
fun.
Your typical overbooked WWE main event type deal, but it was fun. So after the win, Sami gets the belt, poses, a bunch of pyro goes off, his show goes off the air. Let's go to the beginning of the show now.
Yeah.
So after the customary arrival of superstars,
people are just showing up in their normal clothes.
At the beginning of every WWE show now.
Yep.
We get a video package about last week's confrontation between Cena and Logan Paul, including the knockout blow.
Hey, what's going to be? Let me ask you this. We talked about this a little bit, how they shifted their production. Used to be like, oh, wow, match is starting, or match is already started. Remember that 1 week?
Mid-brawl.
Like, oh my God. Yeah, mid-brawl. Match has already started, or they fade in and we get a bell, and it's like, oh my God, there's a match happening. Now it's just people moseying on into the arena. What's next? How are they going to open the show once they're past this phase of people just arriving, when they get bored of that?
I mean, why start as late as them arriving at the arena? Why not their plane pulling up to the gate at the airport? So you got everybody waiting to get off the plane. And so you got your WWE superstars just sitting there.
Who's trying to stand up way too early? Because
Solo!
There's always that asshole who gets up. Okay, sit down. No, you're not going to. Just everybody, first row, second row, third, everybody just. And there's always that one guy fumbling with their shit up there. This is why I don't fly anymore. It's too much. And they're all coughing on each other. That's what I got to see. Yes. What a great idea.
There it is.
Yeah.
So then we see Logan.
Also,
what?
Do not try to do this shit verbatim. Because
I'm not going to.
So long.
No, it was very long. So Logan gets out of a car, walks through the arena, gets to the ring, does his whole entrance, gets a mic. He references Cena calling him a parasite. And he says, no, I'm not a parasite. I'm the opposite. I'm a disruptor. He takes credit for the Netflix deal, for the ESPN deal. And says, thanks to me, WWE's got $6 billion. He says, thanks to me, the WWE's become the WWME. He says, I'm the future. And he calls himself an athletic phenom. And I'm going to push you to the limits. Cena's music hits. He comes to the ring. Calls Logan stupid. Says, the fans see your potential. We want to root for you, which we don't, John.
Yeah.
Want to take you to new heights, but everybody knows you won't put 1 ounce of effort to really understand what we do around here. If this young man did his homework, he's not a disruptor. Sorry, this young man doesn't do his homework. He's not a disruptor. He's a wannabe. You stand in the ring with one of the original disruptors. The man who wore jorts and sneakers, even though everyone thought I'd be fired because of it. The man who changed titles and pissed off viewers, who rapped his way to WrestleMania. You're talking to me. like me and knocking people out with brass knuckles. I was doing that 20 years ago, but they said word life. So this is your first lesson in basic thugonomics. The Maverick Logan Paul is nothing more than dollar store John Cena. And so he dismisses the idea of Logan being the one to bring the Netflix deal, ESPN deal. That's when he brings up the top 25 influencers list, says Logan's not on it. Goes through some of Logan's career, says your influence is shrinking and you're desperate and searching for a new revenue stream. You're not here to save wrestling. You're here to save your own ass. Says respect in our family is when you're having a bad day to say some hurtful stuff. They know you're having a bad day because it's all love. And that's when he finds the kid from Brussels and finds him in the crowd.
Yeah, I thought this was actually this is a great idea. You know, whoever came up with this, hey, let's bring back the kid who got humiliated. Let's bring him back so that John Cena can say, hey man, I was having a bad day. And he did that. He finds the kid and he apologizes. The guy's like, yeah, man, cool, thanks. So Logan says, oh my God, now John Cena's he's like, we got a charity case here. He says, you went from Make-A-Wish to Break-A-Wish real fast. Wrap it up. John Cena says, all right, I'll speed it up, dickhead. You wanted a match and now you got it. Dickhead's it's such an underrated
Well, he's
burn.
like, you wanted the match and now you got it. Like,
Yeah.
stop. Why are you berating me, Logan?
Yeah.
You have what you want.
The disappearer versus the disappointment. The Paragon versus the Parasite. The greatest of all time against Logan Paul. You better polish your game, dickhead. He said you have 24 hours to whip yourself up. What's a better burn, dickhead or bum?
Depends on the context.
Gotcha. He says you have 24 hours to whip yourself up into the best you've ever seen because if after Sunday they don't think you're worthy, he says you won't save wrestling. You won't even ruin wrestling. Wrestling will ruin you. Sounds like being off that influencer list might be doing the trick already, John Cena.
Could be. I'm going to have to lower my confidence point value to this match to 1.
So this is the one you're going to go 1 on. Okay.
I might have to.
Yeah, I feel like Rusev has got to win that
Rusev
shit,
has
right?
to win the Donnybrook, right?
He's got to win the Donnybrook.
But now the question is, do I stick with Cena? Or do I roll the dice and say Brock interferes, Logan Paul wins?
It's getting in your head now, man. You know, you got that first place spot. You got a
Got a
pretty
1
big
point
decision
lead.
to make. And, 1 point lead. Shaky ground, but no, freaking Cody. Work obligations, collusion, perhaps, maybe. Some people are saying collusion.
Well, that's just you.
No.
Just you.
Well, I get on Twitter. I see what people.
No one
are
on Twitter's
saying
talking about this.
Nobody on Twitter's talking about us.
No. When's the last time you did a vanity search, Steve?
On the reg. You don't want to know.
No, that's why I don't generally ask.
Nah, people don't really talk much about it. Every once in a while, there's been like a couple of times when like a little rant of mine from Wrestle Juice got become like I find that in a vanity search.
Yeah.
And it's usually some people saying, "Oh yeah, Steve's great," and some people saying, "Look at this dickhead." And then I usually just respond to that with like a smiling face.
Oh, so you get called a dickhead rather than a bum?
Yeah, I don't think I've been called a bum. Been called, I think, something like more like a dickhead. Yeah, idiot. I've been called idiot, but come on.
I mean,
where's the lie?
Yeah, I know exactly. I know. Are you trying to? Is that supposed to hurt my feelings? Calling me an idiot?
Supposed to hurt my feelings?
No,
I've been called way worse.
Yeah.
Anyways, we also got Jade Cargill. Let me ask you this: when somebody in a promo situation, be it an interview, in ring, or whatever, when somebody says, "I'm going to go and take my title," but they haven't won the title yet, is that fair game?
I don't know. I'm not, unless you are actually in possession of the title. I don't really buy anybody calling it my title. I mean, I guess the idea of someone who had the title, lost it, and thinks for whatever reason the win or the loss wasn't legitimate. They make a claim, whatever. Nonetheless, it's not in your possession.
Let's say you've been a dominant champion. Let's say you've had this thing for 18 months or so.
Sure.
And then, you get rolled up. Somebody else wins it. Okay, great. It's theirs. But that thing was with me so long, such a long time. Hey, that's my title. And you're pretty sure you can get it back. I can understand that. I will give you some license to say that. But Jade, you pinned her like hugging the ropes, basically. You kind of lack a basic understanding of the rules. You have no right calling this your title. I love Jade Cargill. I think she's fantastic.
She's great.
But in this case, you can't be going around saying it's your title because you never won it. And then, like, you basically, like, merged this lady's feet to the ropes.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it's a preface for the Jade Cargill title shot because Tiffany's backstage. Jade walks up, said, heard the news. I spoke to Aldis. I'm number one contender for my title. And Stratton's like, you're welcome. If it's not for me, you wouldn't be in this position. I don't like defending Tiffany Stratton, by the way. Jade says, cut it. Keep walking around like I won't snap you in two. And Stratton says, you'll say at SummerSlam if my foot was on the rope, you would have won. The last time I checked, I was undefeated in 2025. And Jade says, that ends soon, and it'll prove you're not on my level. Like she already beat her at SummerSlam. She is on her level.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying.
What is WWE doing to us? We're defending Logan Paul earlier. Tiffany Stratton now?
It's a big fuck you to Steve here, apparently.
Maybe. No, never mind.
What?
Nothing. So yeah, there were some rumors going around that there would be another match booked for Clash in Paris. There was during this show, but not the one that was kind of rumored, which was Drew versus Randy Orton.
Wait, what was booked for Clash in Paris today?
The tag title match. Wyatt's versus Street Profits.
Yeah, I figured it was going to be. Yeah, okay, all right. Wait, is that 6 matches then?
Yeah.
Wow. You think they're going to start once ESPN happens? They're going to start giving us like fucking 4-hour pay-per-views because now we have to pay $30.
I hope not. My time is valuable too, so.
Knowing what you do with your time, though, is it, Larson? Is it actually?
You know, I think having some time to calm your mind and refocus is valuable. Invaluable. You can't put a price tag on that.
That's a good point. Man.
So,
I agree.
I mean, whatever helps me get through the day, and if that means sitting for an hour and not doing anything,
just get through another day so you can get through the next one, right?
Meditating on my life.
One day it'll end. All of it will end, Larson.
So, anyways, we had this interaction between Drew and Randy Orton, but it didn't lead to a match being booked. So Drew shows up. He's looking ringside for Randy, he's saying, "Hey, is Randy hiding here?" He's asking people ringside, and he says, "Get on out here so the people here can sing your song." Randy obliges. He makes his entrance. Everybody sings a song, and then comes to the ring, and Drew just says, "Wasn't that special? If you indulge me, maybe you'll see things my way. You attacked me for you, that's fine. Same with SummerSlam, though. You did pick Jelly Roll. But if you attacked me because Cody is your friend, that's not fine. He's nobody's friend. He's a liar, a politician." And he says when Randy was out with having back surgery, Cody called you pretty much every day, right? You think he was just checking in on you? Nah. He was scouting. He was getting information. Because look what happened at King of the Ring. When Randy hesitated to punt Cody did not hesitate to attack Randy's back. Mm-hmm. And Randy's like, oh, you make a compelling case. But if you think I came out here and dropped you because of Cody, you're wrong. I dropped you because you're a prick. Mm-hmm. And so Drew hits him with the headbutt, looks for a Claymore. Randy ducks. Orton hits the draping DDT, looks for an RKO, but security rushes out. So he just lays out everybody in security, plus Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane
with RKOs.
Stand back.
And so Randy gets ready for a punt on Drew. Mm-hmm. But then Drew rolls out of the ring. And then later on, all of this is given Randy. This had to be a sponsorship thing. So Randy's arguing with Aldis. And Randy says, have a tiny bottle of Fireball, America's finest whiskey.
Yeah. What was this? And then, like, Truth comes up to him. This whole thing was so awkward. He's like, hey, are you going to drink that? And Aldis is like, after the day I've had, yes. And then Truth says, I'll leave you to it. My bad. Have they had an integration with the Fireball before?
I think they have, yeah.
Have they?
I don't know about like this, but I think they've had Fireballs had either mat placement or or turnbuckle placement with their ads.
Interesting they can get a variety of spirits for the show. I know Wheatley didn't specifically do that, but Wheatley's generally a sponsor of
They've had
WWE product.
Yeah.
Like I think they're always a sponsor of Cody's
podcast, and he's got the
they're getting
thing
lit.
they're used to on his bus.
It's got like, dude, once a week that guy's getting lit on vodka.
I know.
That's kind of interesting. Like I don't know. That's one thing that's kept me from being like ever considering, I should say, being like one of them fast food, food vlog guys, food vlog.
You have to eat all that fast food all the time. It's not good for the body.
Bro. Can't do that. Like similarly, if like Wheatley sponsored us and like once a week we had to like sit here with like some vodka, be a probably much more entertaining show, see how quick we get canceled. But I don't know if I could handle that.
No, I don't really drink anymore either.
Come stumbling out of my office.
Mm-hmm.
You had to get your load on again, huh? I get one of them noses. It gets like really big.
Oh, there you go.
Because that shit happens. You can always tell when like a super old dude's got that big old giant crusty ass nose. Probably it's because he drinks.
Apparently, Cody and Brandy had another kid too. Did you miss that announcement on SmackDown?
What?
Yeah, Cody's dad for the second time.
The kid already happened?
Yeah.
Is this like one of them Mark Briscoe babies that showed up way too early?
I don't know, man.
Brandy's been pregnant this whole time? Holy shit, how'd they cover that one? That's crazy. I mean, she ain't been on TV, but you thought he would have mentioned it or something.
Nope.
In the Kevin Owens episode where he's getting all weepy, he didn't say like, I got
You're the one
another
listening to Kevin Owens episode, not me.
No, I know. I'm saying I'm surprised that he didn't say anything like that.
Oh, well, maybe he just didn't want to talk about it.
Wow. What do you want to not talk about?
Yeah.
My baby. Well, good for them. What's this one called? Do we know?
They said, was it Leilani? I think it was Leilani.
Leilani?
Yeah.
What a pretty name.
Mm-hmm.
Leilani and Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Liberty bibbity. Anyways.
So then we had Alistair and Damian promo off, kind of.
Yeah, Alistair's was really well filmed and Damian's was horrible.
Well, it was just an interview.
Yeah, I know, exactly. But it was like a bad interview. So Alistair's in his room with a bunch of fake candles. He says,
Damian, maybe I take the mask off and show you what hell is like. Perhaps once I cut the coat of morality from your skin, I can prove how hollow you are. When you feel that pressure on your chest, can't move your arms. That's me kneeling on you saying, I warned you.
and then and so it's all nice, cinematic, letterboxed and shit. He looks cool as shit. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, put him in a feud with Cody or something. He can lose to Cody in a big feud, couple pay-per-views.
As before.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Revisit that shit. Bring out Arn.
Yeah, where's Arn?
Make it a deal. And then you cut to Priest. He's like, Alistair. Alistair. Comes off educated. He looks like he's educated. He dresses like it. I know he's educated in martial arts because he hicked me in the face. He says, I know he wants to be me, but he's not me. I'm street trash. He says, I don't make empty threats and using violence to prove to me how unprepared he is. Alistair, I'll teach you what it's like to be Damian Priest, who I am and where I'm from. I'll teach you a lot about pain. When we meet up, I'll be smiling like this. He does like a weird smile. Because I'll enjoy every bit of violence I inflict on you. Michael, Wade, back to you guys. He throws to Michael and Wade Barrett.
It's a good throw, though.
Yeah, but he's not an announcer. He's not an interviewer. He's the interviewee.
Maybe he will be.
They're doing him such a disservice. We're both big Damian Priest fans.
He's great.
But, dude, give him a room and a good camera with 24 frames. Not this, I just showed up and shove a camera in my face shit.
I know.
It's not very nice of them to do that to Damian
It's not.
Priest.
So the Secret Hervis had a tag title opportunity. It was supposed to be Alba and Piper.
This was weird.
But then Piper apparently couldn't make it. So then Chelsea took her place. But then Chelsea and Alba attacked Charlotte before the match. So there is no tag title shot. Instead, we got Alexa versus Chelsea one-on-one.
Mm-hmm.
Which Alexa won. But then Alba and Chelsea beat up Alexa a little bit afterwards. Charlotte tries to make the save. They both get taken out, Charlotte and Alexa.
At least she was selling that knee. I thought that was pretty
She
cool.
was.
You know, they're trying what they can. Make her
If they
a good
really
face.
want to build Charlotte as a babyface, yes, moments like that accomplish it.
Yeah, man.
But it was just strange where you have a tag title opportunity, the Secret Service, and then kind of piss it away with a sneak attack, lose the match, but then do the attack afterwards. Like, you have the tag title match.
Yeah, I'm assuming they didn't think that they would do this thing because they kind of never do this thing. Like, they came out, hey, let's soften them up first. Seen that happen before, and the match still happens.
Yeah.
But in this case, they softened them up so much that they were like, Charlotte had to be carted out of the arena. And then she, like, within the span of this, like, 10-minute match, Charlotte makes her way back into the arena with a bum knee, limping to get in there. Willis Reed moment there, or a Paul Pierce moment, although not sure if there was soil of the pants here, like Paul Pierce did, allegedly. So
Just, weird creative decision here.
That was weird. But it was a good, like, for Charlotte. You know what they should have done? Have the match, but have them, like, take out Charlotte before the bell. Alexa's like, oh, no, I'll go on with this match. And then Charlotte comes back out. But I guess that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, I don't know. This was weird.
Well, at least the tag match would start.
Yeah,
that would make more sense. That would make more sense. It just seems like tactically it's a bad move from Secret Service.
They softened them up too much, but they still got
at the wrong time. The timing was wrong too.
Version of a match. Yeah. So I don't know.
So anyways, I'm going to guess nonetheless Secret Service is getting another tag title opportunity.
You know what? What's doing who's being done a severe disservice to is Julia with this Kiana James business.
Yeah.
This is bad, man.
It's
so Mechin, like last week on Smackdown or whatever, they set up that if Mechin can beat Julia's like legal counsel, Kiana James or whatever she is, representative agent, she will then get a shot against Julia. So poor Kiana James comes out to the most deafening silence, and even poor Julia's out there, and I'm like, Julia, run away now. Run away. Because your aura is gone now.
It's not helped when they have that really poorly animated helicopter in Kiana's Tron with the helicopter noise.
Yeah.
It's just none of it's good in terms of the packaging.
So she comes out and nobody is doing anything, and you just see it's like, come on, man, let's try to. This is weird. So she comes out, and then she's got like Kiana James tries to use her attaché case, to attack Mechin. Mechin's able to successfully duck it and roll her up immediately and gets the win within moments. So Mechin's happy. She gets her title shot. So right afterwards, while she's celebrating her achievement of getting a title shot, Julia and James both attack her. And then James holds up Mechin for a knee. They beat her up on the floor. Julia curb stomps Mechin into the steps at ringside. And they're both pretty happy with themselves. But, Julia just needs to be... I'm sorry, man. Like, you can put Kiana James... Kiana James would work best as Chelsea Green's legal counsel. Because I think Kiana can kind of do, like, the pseudo-comedy stuff. She's got personality.
Yeah.
It just does not work with Julia. No. And, like, it's not like she's serving as, like, a mouthpiece. Julia doesn't need that. Unless you're going to have, like, a manager with some heft, like a Paul Heyman-esque manager to really hype her up. Then it's like, okay, then you can do that. But, like, Kiana James is not the thing for Julia, and it's just sort of not making Julia look great. In my eyes, anyways.
No, I agree. And so we had a match during the show, Street Profits against Melo Miz. Winner gets Wyatt 6. Tag title match, a clash in Paris. So earlier in the show, we got an interview with Street Profits and with Kathy. And they say, we're one step closer. We just got to focus, and those titles are ours. Said Melo Miz been on a little run, but at the end of the day, Melo is not him. And Miz is all talk. So they do their catchphrase when Bo Dallas, not Uncle Howdy, Bo Dallas walks up. He says, it's a long time, but the blood running through your veins, does it run through his? Are you really family? Because the Wyatt Six are. And when you come for us and fail, you'll find out if he's really your brother. So later on, Melo tells Miz, hey, we got to do things differently. I'm tired of you stealing all the wins. He says, you've won more in 2 weeks than the entire time I was gone. Sorry, that's what Miz says in response. Melo says, you have more wins in 2 weeks than you had with a year as partners. And
he's like, it's an us thing. We share our glory. We share our wins. Glory. Yeah.
You don't want to be champion? We're this close to being a tag champ. Don't you want this to happen? This doesn't happen often. We need to harness things together. We are a team. We are Melo Miz, and we are Awe. And then Bo comes in again and says, yeah. There's always different perceptions, but perception isn't reality, Melo. Can you handle that? And Melo says, there's no reality check I can't pass. And Bo laughs and walks off. And they say, we got this.
So that kind of gets a little pep in Melo's step there. He's like, okay, so let me ask you this. Who's in the right here, Miz or Melo? Because if I drop somebody with, and maybe it's a difference in relationship, but if I drop somebody with my finish and then you tag me and put the punctuation mark on, or even if you run in and you get the pin, I mean, that's a little bit different. If I drop my finisher and then you tag me and just pin them, then it's like, okay, that was unnecessary. But if you come in, because Miz has been coming in, I know he got the code breaker like pin that Melo gave out to Motor City Machine Guns, but there was another one, I think.
There was 2 instances, yeah.
Where didn't Miz hit his finish after he hit the skull crushing finale after Melo hit the dropping knee, the leg drop finish that he's got. That I'm okay with. And I guess
the idea is Melo put in the work to get the opponent in that position to hit the finish. Let him finish it out. Unless there's a coordinated thing where it's like, all right, this is how we're going to orchestrate our finishes. Nothing but net followed with skull crushing finale. If it's talked about in advance, they're on the same page. Cool.
I think if it's you and I, because we're as close as family, I'm cool with it. I'm like, oh, whatever. Let him do the thing. That's all good. I don't care. I maybe find it kind of charming. But they're kind of new as a team-ish. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. It's been like a year since it feels like a year since they've been together. It probably hasn't been.
Well, it's been since before Mania.
Yeah, it has been a while.
It's like at least a few weeks, if not a few months before Mania.
Yeah. So I see Melo's point of view, but look at the scoreboard. They're winning. There's no individual achievement. Yeah, not here. Because the Wyatts are creepy, and they were creeping out Miz because they kidnapped him before. Yeah. They stole Miz before, and Miz got freaked out by that. That distraction was enough for Melo not to get the hot tag on Miz. Instead, he gets hit off the ringside, off the apron, rather. And then by Dawkins, and the Street Profits hit the Revelation. They get the win. You see Street Profits beating the Wyatts at Clash in Paris?
Probably
Should be Melo Miz, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Man, I was watching Melo and Ford in there, and I'm like, these are 2 dudes who should be in a solo feud.
Yep.
Those guys could be part of your future. They got, their future is just sort of like, whoa, y'all need to start building up some dudes.
I know. And maybe, if what Bo was saying earlier, when you face us and you fail, can you really trust each other to be brothers then?
Oh, don't tease me.
Well, I'm just responding to the tease from Bo.
I know. I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like, you think they're going to finally do that? Their themes?
No, I don't. But, they're putting a thought in our heads.
I know. They're teasing us,
believe it when I see it.
They need, I agree with that one. They really need to bring back the Street Profits old theme song.
Their gear tonight was great, though.
Their gear's always great. Except Dawkins needs to, I don't know, he needs a different shirt. They need that old theme song. They even dance in rhythm to the old theme song.
Yeah, the old theme's way better.
It really is, I don't know why they changed it. What, they're supposed to be bad? They're not bad guys.
No, they're not heels.
The New Day's one is real. I like the New Day theme song is awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
That was a good change.
All right, you want to answer some questions?
Sure. I got 3 right here on the YouTube. It was an early show. I think a lot of people were like, "Wait, wrestling is today? It's not
happened?
tonight. What's going on?"
Time travel.
Also, the Netflix, like we got the VPN Netflix thing. You see, you're not on social, so sometimes I think you miss this stuff. But one of the VPNs is sponsoring Stephanie's podcast, Stephanie McMahon's, and so like she's like, load up the VPN, and then you can watch Canada's Netflix library.
That's funny.
I'm like, all right, so you guys want
That's
us to
funny.
do that then?
All
Okay,
right.
I use Nord, but whatever.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's start with this one from Alex Foster. How would you guys win a match as fast as possible? Assuming it's a no DQ match, bell rings, foot right to the front area.
My thing is, I would almost be tempted just to continue to just
Repeatedly.
Yeah, just make sure that it's dust, and then get that pin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's really it. There's no
A little
DQ.
faster, yeah.
No DQ. You just low blow immediately. Why
I
wait?
mean, in no DQ, aren't you loading up brass knucks in the first place? So like
something like that.
fucking, you dip down to a knee, straight to the ball, straight to the dick. Brass knucks to the dick.
With the brass knuckles, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what you do. It's mind-boggling. We got to institute that over at Action Coast in our book.
Agreed.
Every no DQ match should be a mad dash to kick the dick.
Yeah. 1,000%. Luis here asks, are there any subtle details in a wrestler's entrance that you like? The example Luis brings up here is Seth's Titantron. The colors of the background changed to match his outfits.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. I like that
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the question, though?
Are there any other subtle details in a wrestler's entrance that you like?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
I liked all the different dance moves that Ashante the Adonis used to do.
Yeah, you're a big fan of that. Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Not entrance, but I like that at least back when Vince was booking things, Alistair Black was trying. He would like, the next opponent I faced, the colors in his room were going to reflect their ring gear.
I thought you were talking about when he was elevated up on the platform that Vince added the creaking sounds.
Hot take, that worked for me. I think I probably complained about it at the time, but it actually makes sense. Like, it makes sense. He's supposed to be like an old somnambulist guy.
Yeah, or like Nosferatu.
Yeah, right. So you have the fucking creaking. It makes sense. Ricochet had the pew, 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 pew sound.
Oh,
it makes
that was
sense.
obnoxious. It makes
because
sense,
it's
doesn't mean it
something
wasn't obnoxious.
ricocheting.
It's a little too literal. Not everything has to be literal.
He had a good theme song. Street Profits, their shit should open up with cha-ching, a cash register open.
You just want little sound effects beginning of everybody's.
I mean, why not at this point? I don't know who's coming out based on their music alone.
That's
So
true.
You give me
Here, I'm going to name some wrestlers. Tell me what sound effect they have at the beginning of their theme, all right?
Good.
Ricky Saints.
Ricky Saints, Absolute, some vodka bean porn.
Oh, he already has. The Revolution will be televised. He already has that at the beginning.
Does a guy say that still on his shit?
I think so, yeah.
Just a different guy from the last one?
Yeah,
From the AEW theme?
Let's go to main roster. How about Kevin Owens?
Kevin Owens.
It's fight Owen fight. You get some of the
Yeah,
Foley
prize
sounds of
fighter.
somebody being punched.
Prize fighter. It would be. Well, it would start off. This would be confusing as hell, but it'd be a ring bell. It's like, wait, what?
You're ding, ding, ding. Oof.
It'd be the fucking Foley. It'd be the fucking Foley sound of like meat clanging.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. All right. Who gets the Wilhelm screen before their theme?
The Wyatts.
There you go.
Because they're scary horror people. I wish you asked me Damian Priest. It'd be like the arrow hitting the target.
Yeah, that's it. Luis also asks, who have been some of the best substitute appearances for a band member at a concert? I don't know the best, but I don't know why. On my YouTube, I was looking on there the other day, and I saw a little short about Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin complaining about the drummers they had at Live Aid, saying that neither of them, one of which was Phil Collins, New Led Zeppelin songs. It's like,
oh wow.
He was hoping someone know the introduction to rock and roll. That didn't know it.
Wow. Oh wow.
And he said it was like a miserable experience. Nobody knew. They had a half hour to rehearse.
That would be infuriating.
It would be.
That'd be infuriating. I don't know about all that, but I always appreciated that. So like Dave Grohl's the drummer of Nirvana, became the frontman for Foo Fighters. Mm-hmm. Then he became the drummer for some of the Queens of the Stone Age stuff. And then,
that one album specifically.
Yeah. And then Josh Homme became the drummer for Eagles of Death Metal.
Yeah.
So like when I went to go see Queens of Stone Age, Eagles of Death Metal opened up for them, and Josh Homme was on the drums for that. I always thought that was kind of cool. I'm like, what's with these like interchangeable drummers? Like the front men are becoming drummers. I like that.
Yeah, or the drummers becoming frontmen.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like why go on bass or something? No, it's just drummer, frontman, drummer, frontman.
I mean, I guess in some respects, unless you're Don Henley, the drummer is kind of diametrically opposed to frontman because your drummer is generally in the back.
Or the aforementioned Phil Collins.
Yes, or Phil Collins, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, you think what a power or what a power play from Henley, right? Going from drummer to like the guy, I mean, not going from, but being the drummer and also being able to muscle his way. You got Glenn Frey up there. You got to get past that guy. And that dude was telling, what's his face? No, he'd rather have Timothy B. Schmidt because he can hit the high notes.
Yeah. And then you got Don Felder.
Oh, nobody likes that guy.
No.
Yeah.
And then they bring in Joe Walsh. He already had like a really successful career.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, I talk about wanting to be a fly on the wall for a fucking band.
Oh, the dynamic between all of them must have been something else.
They all seem kind of serious,
Yeah.
Just a bunch
Massive
of dudes.
egos, too.
Huge egos, but just fucking banger after banger after banger.
Yeah, I guess so.
Damn it.
Sebastian Garcia says, if we had a tribal thief gimmick, what would you steal from your opponents?
Oh, your basketball shoes. It'd still be the shoe to follow.
Shoes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What would you steal from me though?
Your shoes wouldn't fit me.
I've dug out the other day. This is what you could do if you really want to get under my skin. Well, there's one of two things you could do. My championship titles over here that I bought, or we spent the last week rearranging the garage, and all my comic books. I pulled them out, and I like took out the ones that I think might be worth a damn. Got like the first appearance of Gambit.
Yeah.
Got Infinity Gauntlet #1. None of them are really worth all that much, to be honest.
No, like all the ones I have still, I don't think are worth a damn.
Yeah. So you could, do a comic book Shula follow.
No, I'd take your CM Punk title.
The CM Punk title, yeah. Yeah, at this point, you could probably take it. It wouldn't really bother me that much.
Really? All right, I'll be over later.
If you want to sell it, you can have like a percent. You can have like a seller's fee and then give me the rest.
So the seller's fee, since it would be mine at that point, would be 90%.
Because I really want to. There you go. I really want to get a WrestleJuice title, but I need to finance it somehow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe
would you actually seriously consider selling the Punk title to finance
possibly?
That?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe.
You'd love that title.
Yeah, I know, but all things, everything comes to an end. It's a beautiful title. It really is. But like, imagine if I had that, but it was a WrestleJuice title. Wouldn't that be cooler?
Would you have a spinner WrestleJuice title?
I don't know. I asked for ideas, and people are like, put a chicken sandwich on it. I'm like, what the fuck?
You want it to look like a legitimate wrestling title.
I kind of want to make it look cool, and then people are throwing the thing. But I just dig myself into these holes because I'm a fucking idiot clown, so they toss idiot clown ideas.
Like the WCW heavyweight champion, where it's really intricate with all the design elements.
Yeah.
You could have something like that, but worked into it almost subliminally, stuff like chicken sandwiches.
See, that's why you're a good idea guy. That's a great idea. Kind of
like
when
you look at it, you're like, oh, wow, this is just like a well-designed belt. And you investigate further. Oh, shit, that's a chicken sandwich there.
Like the Friendo Club logo stuff has, like, is it on this one? Yeah. Like, okay, so we got this jersey, right? But it's the same Friendo Club logo we put on fucking everything. It's got, I don't know if it's on that shirt. That's why I didn't mention it. But it's got like a donut on. Like Bama just noticed the other day. It's got a donut, and then it's got a pizza, like a little piece of pizza. So you do that shit for there's a name for that shit. I forget what it is. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a really good one.
But just work into the design so it looks organically like part of the design.
The problem with the CM Punk titles that I've kept it like buttoned. And so like to get max value for it, I would have had to have kept it flat. But it could also be, hey, yeah, because I could probably sell it for like 1,000. But like if I wanted to get like 1,500, you keep it laid out flat so there's no like bending of the leather strap, you know?
How would you ship it then if it was laid out flat?
In a really long box, dude.
Seems like it'd be more expensive to do it that way.
Yeah, I'd have to charge for shipping too. It's probably going to be a nightmare. Probably won't actually do it, to be honest with you. Like the idea of doing it is just a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Time More here says, what do you think of Julia's shoe game? She's wearing some Air Force
Jordans?
Ones.
No,
Are
those
they
were,
Jordans?
I think they were Air Jordans. I think they were ones.
Jordan 1s then?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're fine. I'm kind of over Jordan 1s, to be honest with you. Everybody does that. Jonathan Vieira says, which mid-card wrestler, male or female, has the biggest crossover potential?
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea's a great name. I'm going to say Kyle Fletcher as a Hollywood villain.
All right.
He's got a great face for a bad guy.
He does.
And he's got such charisma. It oozes.
Yeah.
Oozing charisma. Art Guy has a funny question. Not a wrestling question, he says. Ice or no ice in your drinks?
So when it comes to water,
Yeah.
no ice. I don't like it too cold. Iced tea, a little bit of ice, but not too much.
Interesting. I am.
Generally speaking, I'm not huge on ice.
You'd do well in the UK. They don't do ice there. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm max ice. I want brain freeze with every sip.
I think the only drinks I drink on a regular basis with ice is whatever I bring for basketball when it's hot.
Yeah, man. Need
That's
that
it.
ice. Ronan the Analyst says, who'd be the bigger get for WWE right now, Tony or Mercedes? Tony.
If they gave Tony the latitude to do something along the lines of what she's doing, yeah.
If they brought in straight up timeless Tony, then yeah, that's a bigger get than Mercedes.
Yeah.
Mercedes, you could argue, sort of done everything. Like, you know, in WWE and outside of WWE. Tony, obviously, they completely fumbled her in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So there's stuff there to mine. That's all the questions I have over here, dude.
Yeah, that's all I got here. Let me do a refresh real quick. Excuse me.
Gonna do
Yep, that's all I got.
refresh. All right. Well, that's going to do it for the show today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys on Sunday for Clash in Paris. Till next time, we'll see you guys around.
Goodbye.